Hi there.
I'm on my way, I'm making it. I've got to make it show, yeah. So much larger than life. I'm gonna watch it growing. The place where I come from is a small town. They think so small, they use small words. But not me, I'm smarter than that. I worked it out. I've been stretching my mouth to let those big words come right out. I've had enough, I'm getting out to the city, the big, big city. I'll be a big noise with all the big boys. So much stuff out alone. And I will pray to a big God as I kneel in the big church. I'm on my way, I'm making it. I got to make it show, yeah. So much larger than life. I'm gonna watch it growing. My parties have all the big names, and I greet them with the widest smile. Tell them how my life is one big adventure, and always they're amazed when I show them round the house to my bed. I had it made like a mountain range with a snow white pillow for my big fat head. And my heaven will be a big heaven, and I will walk through the front door. I'm on my way, I'm making it. I've got to make it show, yeah. So much larger than life. I'm gonna watch it growing. My car's getting bigger. My house getting bigger. My eyes getting bigger. And my mouth. My belly's getting bigger. And my bank account. Look at my circumstance. And the fortune I've big.
Hi there.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Greetings, universe. My name is Orbital Bacon, and I am certified G1 and a real freaking prime. Welcome to another live stream. It's Friday, the end of the week. That means if you're here, you are indeed made of sterner stuff. Wooga wooga and booga booga, bim bams and flum bums. Oh, what's going on? Welcome back to another Sterner Stuff. We made it once again. Chester Stevens fueling up the thrust bus.
I sadly won't be able to drop much tonight, but here's my obligatory ticket for the thrust bus.
Thank you, Chester Stevens. You know, your tag team partner, Wiss, the other half of the Cheddar Swiss Coalition, already dropped in a call to the chief before the stream even started. You know, he was priming it up. Okay, priming it up. So don't worry. But I do appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. Right out of the gate, before, not even out of the gate, before the gates are even opened, we've got support coming in. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. So welcome everybody to another Sterner Stuff. Whoa, speaking of Swiss, there he is. Whoa, buddy.
Scanners on. Magnificent.
And of course the audio's out of sync.
Cart full of chaos, I'm wrangling waifu steals, click-clack katana on a mouse, chasing Black Friday like dragons, but my heart still squeals, anime eyes sparkle, she's half off and all the feels.
Thank you. Oh, wait a minute.
And of course, the weekend can't start without a visit from Shantae.
Thank you so much, Chester Steve. Actually, that's a back-to-back. So Wiss, then Chester, then Wiss, then Chester again. The Cheddar Swiss Coalition is running wild. They're running wild. We got Cheddar Mania. I don't know what's going on, but thank you guys, man. The tag team champions right there. I don't know if you guys planned that or what, but back to back, that was crazy. Thank you so much. And Swiss, I don't know why it doesn't read the poem properly. It was Black Friday deals. There you go. Server lag dragons. Is that a thing? I don't know. Has the stream been lagging, or are you talking about something else? Probably something else. And then, of course, we get our elongated E from Shantae. Thank you, Chester Stevens and Wiss, both of you guys. Big support right out of the gate. Really appreciate you. Hopefully, you guys are ready for the weekend. Some of it, especially if you're American baconeers. I know we got some Canadian bacon out there. We got a couple down in Australia. You know, some English baconeers out there as well. But in America, you probably already had a start to your weekend. You know, you should have had yesterday off for Thanksgiving. I think most of us did anyway. So might have had an early start to your weekend, but if you didn't, well, it is Friday all around the world now. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's already Saturday morning in Australia. You know, they're in the future. They're like a day ahead of us over there. But, you know, it's basically Friday everywhere else now. So the weekend is officially starting regardless of where you are. So the weekend is starting. So we're kicking it off right the way we do every week right here with the best community on YouTube. The Bim Bams, the Flum Bums. I'm talking about you, the Baconeers. That's right. We're going to kick back, relax, just have some laughs, enjoy the start of our weekend, even if it is a long weekend and it might have technically started yesterday for you. We're going to kick it off right. We're going to A-log some cartoons, going over the latest memes from these decades-old cartoons. And then, of course, we got everybody's favorite segment of the week, the Waifu Roundup. And the artists have been knocking out of the park once again, man. It's really, you know, another year is coming to a close. And every year I see improvements. It's really impressive over the course of time to see them improve each and every week, man. It's awesome. It's awesome. So we've got some stuff from Master Krakken, some stuff from Odacat. We got a couple of Halloween leftovers. I think this is the last batch, in fact, of Halloween leftovers. We've eaten all the leftover candy. You know, even though you can't eat it all in one night on Halloween and we extended Spooky Month into November, you can't let it go too long or it'll start to get stale. So this should be the last batch of Halloween leftovers. And we even have a couple of Thanksgiving goodies, better late than never on that. It was yesterday, but that's okay. I didn't feel like doing it so early as last Friday. That would have been too early, so we'll do a little bit of Thanksgiving leftovers because those are inevitable. Okay. Thanks. Just like the Halloween candy. You can't eat all in one night, but maybe depending, maybe you don't do too much trick-or-treating. Maybe only got a little bit of candy. I don't think most of us even trick or treat anymore anyway. So you probably just buy some candy from the store, but so you might have like a few leftovers, but Thanksgiving though, that's inevitable. There's no possible way you could ever eat all of that food. In fact, if your family's anything like mine, they're going to send you with some to take home. They're going to say, oh no, you're not leaving here without taking some doggy bags here. You're going to be taking some of these leftovers. I don't have room in the fridge for all this stuff. And so they send you with like an armload of leftovers to take home. So we've got a couple of goodies there for you guys tonight with both the leftover spooky month, Halloween themed, and then a couple of Thanksgiving ones. And then next week we should be getting back to normal, getting into the fall season with the fashion. Actually, we're getting into winter. We're fast approaching winter, so we got to fire up some of the Christmas stuff. We got to start getting, the Christmas theme goodies out here. So yeah, a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff on the way. It's been a good year. It's been a good week. Hopefully you guys had a good week as well. And if you didn't, well, it's over now. Can't hurt you anymore. It's time to kick back and relax. We're going to have a few laughs. We're just going to have fun. That's what it's all, you need it every now and then. You can't be serious all the time. You go crazy. I firmly believe that if you just tried to be 100% serious all the time, you'd lose your mind. You need at least a little bit of relaxation, a time to, laugh at some stuff and just basically have a good time just so you can, rest your nerves. You know what I mean? Rest your nerves. Like we're going to go crazy if we try to be serious all the time. We get back to work, soon enough, but it's the weekend right now. So let's see if we can just relax a bit. But yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. Looks like we got a good crew here in the chat. Sorry for starting a little late. I was running just a few minutes behind there. Better late than never. But we got it. We got it all taken care of. I was trying to get a few memes. I actually have quite a few, more than I planned. I thought, oh man, I don't know if this lineup is going to have a lot of good ones. And then I started skimming through and I just kept finding more and more and more. And so I was like editing like crazy all day today. And I'm like, man, I'm running out of time. Like I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, I have to start the stream. I got to stop editing these videos. We're just going to have to make do with the memes that I got. So, but it's still a lot though. It's still, a good bit, at least the average, if not a little more than the average amount that I normally have every Friday. So yeah, went a little overboard there. Went a little crazy. But it's going to be a good lineup tomorrow. It's volume 129 and it's a kind of a little bit of a sorcery theme going on. We got a couple of episodes that deal with sorcerer, or more accurately a sorceress, and even a sorceress's apprentice. It's a lot of S's in there. Apprentice in there as well. And then we do have just one Thanksgiving episode. Okay, I mentioned this on Wednesday on Channel Surfing. I was like, there's not really enough Thanksgiving cartoons, at least that are allowed to be shown. There's a few that get, claimed or blocked rather by copyright, but the ones that they allow us to show, the shows anyway, don't really have Thanksgiving episodes. So it wasn't really worth trying to put together a whole Saturday morning lineup themed around Thanksgiving. But I did get one. I did get one episode and it's actually really good. And I'm glad that I waited until after Channel Surfing because it makes it that much more relevant. It's almost like, yeah, it's Thanksgiving and all, but it really is just a continuation of some of those clips that we were watching on Wednesday. It really is. Like, well, I've got a couple clips here. I'll show you guys when we get to it. But yeah, it really is more of a continuation of some of the stuff that we saw on Wednesday, more so than Thanksgiving. But it's there. It's there. The parades and stuff wouldn't happen without it being Thanksgiving. So it still matters. It still counts. It still counts. Okay. It's all good. So yeah, we got volume 129 coming up. So we'll go over that. I'll give you a little bit of a preview, show you some of the episodes, not all. We'll have a few surprises in there for you, but I'll show you some of the episodes that we have lined up for tomorrow morning. We'll go over some of those memes that I cooked up, spent all day. It's relatives. They spent all yesterday cooking food, good food. Well, I spent all day today cooking up memes for you guys. So hopefully you enjoy those. We've got some wrangling going on. In fact, we might have somebody threatening, although I don't think she's going to beat it, but we do have a waifu threatening the wrangle record from the current reigning champion, Lady J from G.I. Joe. Some people say she only got wrangled 4 times. I say she got wrangled 5 times in that episode, but that's still a very good record. It has been, she's held it for a while. What has it been, like a year, maybe more? I don't know. She's held that record for a long time. And we have a contender, but I don't think she's going to quite surpass that record, especially when it's contested. Like Lady J, her actual number is contested because it's like, well, she already got wrangled and then they just, tied her up in another location. And some might say that's a separate wrangle. Some might say, nope, that all counts as one. Well, there's a little bit of that going on here too. So I don't know if you're going to say, well, no, she only got wrangled this many times, she just got relocated. So yeah, I don't think the record is really in jeopardy that much, but she comes close. Okay. She comes close. We got a little bit of Frosted Flakes, although we might have a first here. Normally when the waifus have the Frosted Flakes, it's like, they eat a bowl of Frosted Flakes, they take a dose, whatever you want to call it, where they're like getting pissed off. And then they either just stay pissed off for the rest of the episode, or maybe you don't see them that much and it never really gets fully resolved. But we've got a waifu here that appears like she's about to chow down. Okay. She's got the box of Frosted Flakes ready to pour it in the bowl, just needs to add milk, and then pulls a swerve on us. So it's like we've seen in the past when we talk about the waifus getting wrangled and then they started learning, they became aware and they started fighting back. They had the anti-wrangle devices and techniques and things like that. And, we even got She-Ra, the master of unwrangling, right? Well, we might have our first waifu who's starting to learn. She's becoming self-aware and she's going, wait a minute, Frosted Flakes? I don't think so. And pulls a swerve on us, goes in a different direction, a full 180. I don't know. We're gonna see. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, we got some good stuff to get into tonight, guys. And like I said, the artists, Master Krakken and Oda Cat, are featured artists for tonight in the Waifu Roundup. So if you guys would like to support the war effort, because we continue to wage that war on woke, we will not allow the ugification of our entertainment, not on our watch, at least not here. I don't know. They might try to do it, officially, like in entertainment, games, movies, whatever. But at least while we're here, there will be no ugification. Okay, we're keeping those classic beauty standards alive, supporting the war effort. Thanks to you guys, really. It's all thanks to you guys. I'm just one part in the machine here. You guys really help out. So if you'd like to support the war effort, there is a link pinned right there at the top of the chat if you'd like to send in some stacks. Okay, so if the perpetual waifu machine, keeping it going because the waifus go whack for the stack. So thank you guys so much for stacking that up. We're off to a good start already, courtesy of the Cheddar Swiss Coalition, already off to a good start. So thank you guys for that support right out of the gate. Although I wouldn't blame you if, the coffers are a little light, the purse strings are a little tight, you got Black Friday deals. They do that on purpose. They're like, oh, they even extended it. It's not even just Black Friday anymore. It's like the whole weekend. And then Monday, it's Cyber Monday. So if you didn't go out to a physical location, like a brick and mortar store over the weekend, well then, hey, we're going to give you even more deals online on Monday. Really want to drain that bank account. Okay. Really want to drain that bank account from you, but I don't blame you. There are some good deals out there and Christmas is coming up. So you're probably doing some holiday shopping for the relatives, for the family members and loved ones. I don't blame you at all, but we do have some good stuff for you. If you do feel like supporting the channel here, it is very much appreciated. Thank you guys. All right, well, let's see who we got in chat. It looks like we got a good crew here. If you guys will like up the stream for me, if you're ready to get things started, if you're ready to set sail, get on board, okay? Get on board and set sail. We're going to just cruise right on into the weekend. Like up the stream for me. And then if you'd like me to give you a shout out, I see a lot of those regular faces. I already know they're preemptive every time. You guys you're ready. You're ready. I like that. I like that. But if you're new, I'll let you know what to do. You just got to put that bacon in the sky. Send it way up high, all the way up into orbit. Let's go. Who do we got in here? Look at all that bacon flying up already. I got to scroll up, man. It's going fast. We got Hellspawn Leviathan. What's going on, brother? Hail. What's up? We've got Kenzo's Creations, my eternal rival in Crossfire. That's right. Zoomerangs to the death for Nocturna, saying that she was the dessert. Oh, get out of here, buddy. We got Gojira, a.k.a. Philip Fabian. What's going on, man? Hunter Batista. You're not fooling anybody. The name says definitely not Hunter Batista. You can't fool me. I know who that is. Seek Xeon, brother. Let's go. We got Kakarot. What's going on, man? No Name, OVA, Neo 007 is here. We got Drunken Taoist. Good to see you. Retro Ryu. What's going on? Impu T is here. That's right. Silly for the sauce. DJ Craze. What's going on? Let's see. We got Chester Stevens, one half of the Cheddar Swiss Coalition. Good to see you, brother. We got Cal V4. Ricardo Weber is here. What's up? Richard Hooper. What's going on? We got Matthew Skudzienski. Waste of Space, a.k.a. Cheetos, a.k.a. the #1 troll. What's going on? You got the Grape Ghost still in there with the bacon along with the Cobra. R.I.P. King Cobra. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I saw that too when Big Time was playing and you said Bog Time. It never gets old. Even, that's how we're going to remember Cobra. We're just going to change words to Bog or Boglum. That's the best way to do it. We got Tomatoes, Killer Tomatoes. What's going on, man? Ricardo Vasquez is here. MPC Cobalt, what's up? Duo Maxwell is here. What's up, man? We got Ron McChaos. Hail, brother. Kyle Conklin is here. We got Shifty Shell Scott. I was about to say Shell Shot. Or am I saying that right? Shifty Shell Scott. Yeah, okay. I had to read that again. I'm just going to call you Shifty. That's easier, okay? Fewer syllables there. But good to see you, man. Let's see. We got Ronald Neal in the chat. What's up? Nakama Forever is here. Good to see you. John Fitzwell. What's going on, John Fitzwell? Saint Adam. Hail, brother. He's got the O/ with the bacon in there. Love to see it. Brave Expanse. Mr. 2K himself. And he's got some ninjas in there with the bacon. Are they going to steal my bacon? Are those ninjas going to steal my bacon? They better not. But good to see you, Brave Expanse. We got Taverns Pull. Hail, brother. O/ with the bacon. Let's go. We got Crossfire. You'll get caught up in the crossfire. Good to see you as well, sir. Wolfpack Gaming is here. We got Tim J. Hail, brother. What's going on? Bloodwork, for crying in the mud, Bobby. Everybody run. It's Bloodwork. What's up? Sparkster is here. That might be a new face. I do see a couple of new faces in chat. Hopefully you guys will stick around. Become familiar faces, all right? Bacon Ears, best community on YouTube. You guys are going to have fun here. We got Prince of the Abyss says, who else started on their Christmas list this year? I don't know. I mean, I guess that's appropriate. That's not like too early, but where do you guys stand on Christmas decorations? I mean, December 1st, I think that's fine. But a lot of people, as soon as Halloween is over, they start putting up the Christmas decorations. What's your stance on that? The joke is that it's, earlier and earlier every year with people putting up Christmas decorations. I do feel like that you can get carried away at one point, like let's enjoy, it's almost like rushing. There's no need to rush. Let's enjoy the time we have. But good to see you, Prince of the Abyss. Book Golem is here. What's up? We got James D. Morris says bacon and roses. Let's go. Let's see. Was that Tony Nuggets that I saw? I hate how YouTube has changed a lot of people's names. It's so annoying. I'm just going to keep bitching about it like every stream. I'll drop it eventually. But it's going to take some getting used to. I'm just going to keep bitching about it. I don't know. Maybe enough people will complain and YouTube will change it back. But Tony Nuggets is here. What's up, man? He's here with his nuggets as always. Reverb 154. Good to see you. We got Vixen 4327. Adrena Hawk is here. We got K Ojo. What's going on? Let's see. I'm scrolling down, making sure I didn't miss anybody. It just skipped on me, so apologies if I do miss anybody, but okay, there we go. Yeah, Bacon and Roses. Oh, no, wait, that's like a second one. Oh, so I did miss a couple. There we go. There's Carpe Noctem. I like that name. That's a pretty cool name. Seize the night, okay? Normally it's Carpe Diem, seize the day, but Carpe Noctem is seize the night. I kind of like that. All right, we got Commies Are Not People, / with the bacon right there. And I'm a night owl. See, that's why I like that, because I'm a night owl. I stay up late. It's like my sleep schedule has been messed up for so long that I think my body is just adjusted to it. It's like, you know what? There is no getting your sleep schedule back to what is quote unquote normal. You're just going to stay up all night and sleep in the early morning and, wake up after the sun comes up. Used to have what would be considered a semi-normal sleep schedule. It's crazy. It's all over the place. But I think I've gotten used to it. So yeah, Carpe Nocturne. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Zahira Smith. Howdy. What's going on, Zahira Smith? Let's see. Did I miss anybody else? I'm trying to catch up here, scrolling all the way back down. I think I might have caught everybody. So a lot of these names are starting to look like repeats, and we're running out of bacon too. I don't see too many other people putting bacon up. So you must have got your shout out. Andy Zoric is here. What's going on, Andy Zoric? All right. Rooster 0084. There, he's getting the bacon in there. Okay, there you go. All right. And anybody else that I may have missed, I'll keep an eye out on the chat. I'll try to say hello to you as we go along. And like I said, if you'd like to support the channel, that definitely gets my attention. If you want to send in a super chat there, the link is pinned in the top of the chat right there, as well as in the description. I see Liaison Demang. I think they changed your name too, but I still recognize you. What's going on, Liaison? And we also got Gabriel Villegas getting some bacon in there. I see the Stud Comic as well. Glad to see you guys back. See, those were recently new faces that have now become familiar faces, because you guys have been here enough streams in a row where I recognize your names, and it's good to see you back. Good to see you back. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get into it, especially since I started a little bit late, running just a few minutes behind. Just like, it's Thanksgiving tradition, right? I don't think anybody ever eats on time. They always plan, we got to have everything ready by 2 p.m. or 4 p.m. or whatever it is. It's never ready on time because cooking takes a while. Well, hey, it's Thanksgiving tradition. I was cooking up memes and they weren't ready on time. So I was running a couple minutes late. Okay. It's just how it goes. All right. I'm trying to be in the spirit, in the holiday spirit. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. We've got the Saturday morning preview coming up. We'll go over a few shows that I have lined up for you tomorrow. We'll keep a few surprises in there too. Then we'll talk about what we're starting on for the Anime Grindhouse tomorrow night, because last week we finished Grenadier, the Beautiful Warrior. We finished that last week. Unfortunately, those 12 episodes is all we ever got. I believe there is a manga that continues the story, and I even saw some people in chat saying that the halfway through the anime, it actually kind of goes off the rails and doesn't really follow the manga so much anymore. So you can get all sorts of additional story or different takes on the story or whatever. If you want to read that, I'm sure it's out there somewhere for you guys to find. And we're starting a new one. We're starting a new one tomorrow night, so we'll reveal what that is. We actually have a Friday night movie tonight, finally. I mean, we've been doing Friday night movies. Maybe that's not the best way to put it, as if we haven't been. We've been doing, but they have, for weeks now, have been in OBTV because, for Halloween back in October, a lot of that stuff doesn't clear the checks on YouTube. They check through that stuff and they go, it's either owned by a big studio because they know that horror movies are cheap to make but bring in big bucks. So a lot of these big studios make a lot of them, and they're like, oh no, we own that. We're not going to let you use it. Right. There's a few out there that are by smaller companies that are like, yeah, go ahead, put it out there. Maybe people actually want to buy the DVD if they see it, or we'll just take the ad revenue, whatever. There's a few out there, and we got a couple on Bacon Bits last month, but yeah, a lot of them we were having to watch in OBTV. And then from there, we kind of just kept it going because I extended Spooky Month into November, or Spooky Season rather, into November. And so we just kind of kept it going and got all of it, all the checklist, okay, all the checklist out of the way, all the movies we wanted to watch. So now we're getting back to the usual stuff. So we've got on Bacon Bits tonight at midnight, a Friday night movie once again. and I got some jank for you. Okay, it's cheesy, it's janky, it's just what we like. It's also kind of a kung fu movie. So, but like not really, like it kind of is. It's a kung fu movie in the sense of like Steven Seagal being a martial arts master. Like as authentic as Steven Seagal is of a martial artist, that's how authentic of a kung fu movie this is. All right, so hi fucking yeah. Yeah, you know, it's like Nicolas Cage. Hi fucking yeah. So yeah, it's definitely it's 1991. It's you know, that perfect time, late 80s, early 90s, where they weren't trying to like remake everything or reboot everything. They were just kind of throwing stuff at the wall and seeing whatever sticks. And yeah, this is definitely some low budget, cheesy, janky fun, but I think you guys will enjoy it. So we'll show what that is. And then of course we'll talk about channel surfing, because next Wednesday is going to be in December already. I believe Monday, in fact, is December 1st. So you guys probably already know what to expect. You know, if you've been here a while, you probably already know what to expect. But, you know, we'll talk about that as well. And then, of course, we'll get to the waifu roundup. That's everybody's favorite segment. So hopefully you guys have kept your Wrangle devices tuned up in tip-top condition. All right, because you're going to need them. You're going to need them for this one. Hopefully we'll get at least a few able to be wrangled tonight. I think we're halfway there, living on a prayer to the first one already. So thanks to the Cheddar Swiss Coalition. So let's see if we can get at least a couple there. That would be awesome. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the Saturday morning preview, volume 129. Volume 129. Getting so close. Like I keep saying that, but it feels like the last Turner stuff I was talking about 125 and saying, hey, we're like halfway to the next milestone, you know, 125 to 150 is like the halfway mark, sort of, if you go by 50s. That's kind of how we've been doing it anyway. And now we're already at 129. So it's kind of flying by. So we've got a full 3-hour block for you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern to noon. Full 3-hour block. Oh, and we've got a visit from the Gyat Fairy from Ron McChaos.
Speaking of channel surfing, will this week's channel surfing stay down?
No, I'm having to edit it because there were a few clips, not a lot. It's not, I've had worse when it comes to the copyright blocks on channel surfing, because depending on what the theme is, you know, people will send in clips and I'll pause them and I'll react over them. And, you know, the channel doesn't get in trouble for that, but the copyright owners will still sometimes go back and say, well, we don't want like any of this, even if you're using it under fair use, which is what channel surfing is. It's just a bunch of fair use because we're doing commentary and, you know, discussing it. But they want you to like trim out anything that you're not actually talking over, you know. So even if I let the clip play for like 30 seconds or something, sometimes, not always, but sometimes, depending on who owns it, they'll want you to like trim that out. And so it's not as bad as some channel surfings have been, but it's just because we did go through a lot of clips. And so I want to like trim out that stuff so that way it can be visible again. And because it was just so busy, you know, yesterday was Thanksgiving, and then today spending all day prepping for tonight's stream, as well as finishing up tomorrow morning's video this morning. You know, like if you notice, the premiere was set up around like 5 or 6. Normally I try to have it ready before that, like around 3 p.m. at the latest. But yeah, just, you know, kind of a busy week. So I am going to go back in there and edit out what needs to be edited out so that channel surfing will be visible again. But you just give me a little time, bear with me, you know, with Thanksgiving and then how busy today was. It's just taking me a little longer than normal. Okay. But yeah, it will be up. Thank you though. But thank you. And I'm glad that you you know, want to watch the replay. I think it was pretty fun. I know it got a little heated there, you know. Again, staying with the Thanksgiving tradition once again, you know, had to have some disagreements, you know, some hot takes. We had to have some hot takes and talk about stuff that people are going to disagree on. That's also a Thanksgiving tradition. And you know, a couple people left, you know, like I had to ban one because they were just being like a pain in the ass in the chat. Like they weren't bringing anything that was worth discussing. Even if it was a disagreement, they were basically just like, I don't know if they were trying to troll or what. I don't know. I had to ban them. And then I did notice 46 Savage, Fafo, they left. So I guess they didn't, not only did they disagree, but really didn't like what I had to say. I don't know. It is what it is. What can you do? What can you do? Can't please everybody all the time. So, you know, that's Thanksgiving tradition, though. That's how it goes. You know, I look at the Baconeers. They're like kind of like, you know, one big extended family, sort of, kind of. I don't know. So, yeah, we're gonna disagree with each other sometimes. But Jason Long, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. It says the weak can't handle it. Well, I don't know. I don't know exactly what it was that I even said. I have no idea. So, I mean, I can speculate. I became Uncle Ron. Yeah, that's right. I became Uncle Ron, you know. Well, hey, look, I was just trying to get into the holiday spirit. All right? I was trying to get into the holiday spirit, okay? I think it was a good time. I'd say it was fun. I thought we had fun. You know, we were having a bunch of laughs. I saw most people, you know, enjoying the conversation. I thought we had fun. So, all right. Well, let's get back into it. So, volume 129 tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, full 3-hour block for you. And not really a Thanksgiving special, just like I didn't do one last week. Not really doing one this week, although there will be just one Thanksgiving themed episode in there, just so, you know, a little acknowledgement. But really, I noticed, I didn't even mean to do this, but I noticed that there were a few episodes in here that had to deal with sorcerers or sorceresses. Well, actually, both. There's a sorcerer in one episode and a sorceress in another. And even a sorceress's apprentices. So, yeah, a lot of S sounds. So, yeah, we've got that as like a little bit of a running theme. It's going to be zooked out, as always. I think you guys have probably come to expect that. Like every Saturday morning, there's going to be zook, okay? It's going to be crazy. A lot of wild stuff. We got some good episodes lined up for you tomorrow. There might be 1 or 2 in there that are technically reruns, but I think it's been like over a year since the last time they were shown. You know, when you get to volume 129, when you're almost 150 volumes in, you gotta start using reruns. TV does it, okay?
I only offer hard truths, and like my Pepe, it's too big and hard for most of these hoes to swallow.
Pepe the Frog? Your Pepe Frog? I don't know, man. Calm down there, commies and I people. All right, calm down. Whoa, Wiz, let's go. That's a mesmerizing super chat.
Waifus are whack for the stack, you know. Spice must flow and the stacks must grow.
That's right. The spice must flow. Dune, one of my favorite. Actually, I would say that is my favorite movie. I love Dune, even though, you know, the 1984 David Lynch one, even though it gets a lot of shit, and I think David Lynch himself didn't even like it, but I love that movie, okay? I love that movie, and the books are good too, although a little long-winded at times, and that's where that phrase came from, you know, spice must flow, and then I just changed it to the cheese must flow because we like all these old cheesy shows and cheesy movies, and even, you know, that's a expression, I guess is the word. Cheesy. That expression has been around a long time. In fact, on Wednesday, we saw a clip of Mystery Science Theater back in the early 90s saying that they like to watch cheesy movies. And I'm like, yeah, see, that's what I thought. I figured that was kind of an old expression. I think janky is a little bit more modern. I don't remember people describing things as janky back then. It's a little more recent, but means the same thing. Basically means the same thing. But yeah, that's where that came from. You know, the cheese must flow, like the spice must flow, because I'm a big Dune fan. So, all right, man. Thank you for that mesmerizing super chat there. Really appreciate that. And oh, you know what? Before I forget, because I'm going to end up getting carried away here once we really get into the memes and stuff. So let's go ahead and hail the stream boss. Thank you for reminding me there, Wiss, the other half of the Cheddar Swiss Coalition. We got Wiss with a respectable 56 hit points on the health bar right there. That's the stream boss to beat. I don't even think he's got really, so far anyway, no one's really close. So you might be holding on to that title tonight, taking it home for the tag team champions right there. So all hail Whis. Let's get the pizza rolls raining. Let's get the waifu swinging for you, good sir. Thank you so much for the big support tonight. You guys are awesome. Hell yeah. Hail, brother. All right. So yeah, I think you guys have come to expect that we're always going to have some craziness going on, and it's no exception tomorrow morning. Definitely going to be some crazy episodes, some stuff that's just going to make you do a double take. Like, what happened? You know? And I do want to keep a couple surprises, but I want to mention, just not even really go into detail about the episode, but just mention the name of the show, because if I just tell you the name of the show, you're going to remember, because we saw it a few weeks ago and the episode was batshit insane. Okay. It gave us a couple of memes that are like long-standing memes now, like they're not going anywhere. Okay, and just from that one episode. So we've got another one from that same show tomorrow morning, but we'll keep it, if you are able to guess, like, if you know, that's cool, but we'll keep it a surprise. But that's how we're actually going to start the morning. It's the first in the lineup with just another batshit crazy episode from this show, man. I'm looking forward to it, and we got a lot of other good stuff. So first up, after the batshit crazy episode, so technically it's the second in the lineup, but first in the preview tonight, we're going to be seeing She-Ra, Princess of Power. You could tell by the thumbnail. You should be able to recognize the art style at this point. You know, at this point, you should be able to tell the art style, even if you don't know the exact character, because this one is kind of like a one-off. I don't remember her really being a recurring character, but, you know, you can just look and say, yep, that's an episode of She-Ra. Maybe He-Man. You know, they basically had the exact same art style. So you might say, well, maybe it's He-Man, but, you know, typically we like She-Ra better because they're both the same show. Like, practically they're the same show. It's just She-Ra has more waifus. So it's you know, more easy on the eyes, right? We like it. Okay. So this is right here, our sorceresses apprentices right here. It's Ariel, the apprentice, trying to do some magic. She is studying under Castaspella. It's kind of, you know, some of the names, they're not, I don't know, the creativity, maybe they were just tired that day when they were coming up with the names, because like Castaspella, and they have a thing in She-Ra where they try to usually end their names with that A sound. You know, you got Frosta, Catra, Scorpia, but at least those, as plain as they do sound, they sound good. They sound like actual names. Like, all right, that works. But then when you get into Castaspella, it's like, all right, that's a bit of a stretch. Yeah, that's her name. Yeah, see, she's a recurring character, but she's not in like a lot of episodes. And she might have only been in like one or two of all the She-Ra episodes that I've played in these past 128 volumes. Castaspella's maybe only appeared a couple times, and I don't even know if they say her name every time. It's almost like the writers were embarrassed. They're like, don't address her by her name. You know, when they're writing the script, they're like, hey, you. Oh yeah, she's over there. Like they don't say her name a lot, but yeah, that's her name, Castaspella. So, and then you've got Ariel, you know, and that's how you know she's like a one-off character, because her name doesn't end in A. So she's just Ariel. So, but at least that sounds like a better name. You know, she's even a redhead, like the Ariel, the Little Mermaid. I don't know if, well, this came first actually. So maybe Disney ripped off She-Ra here. I don't know, but yeah, she's studying under Castaspella. And yeah, it's a pretty cheesy name. She should have studied under She-Ra. Okay, this is who because She-Ra is the master of unwrangling. Okay, and you already know Ariel. Like I said, she's the apprentice. She's the one trying to learn magic. So you know she's gonna go out there thinking that she knows how to cast spells like Castaspella, and she's gonna screw up and get captured. So really, she should have been studying under She-Ra, the master of unwrangling, but not just for the unwrangling skills. She also needs to study under She-Ra for being a based Aryan princess, because that's what She-Ra is, our based Aryan princess. And you know what? I think there's a little, a little tutelage on the side, even though she's like, well, no, Castaspella is my official mentor. I am her pupil. Shira's like, well, I can still teach you a few things just on the side, okay? Like at the very least, I don't know magic spells and all that, but at the very least, let me teach you how to be based, okay, Ariel? Because Shira's looking out, okay? Shira's looking out. That's right, Ik bin Shira. That's right, Ik bin Shira. She was looking out for her. She's like, look, okay, let me just at least teach you how to be based, okay? It's really easy. You can't fuck this up. It's not like those magic spells that we all know you're gonna fuck up. Okay, but this one's pretty easy. So she does actually take Ariel under her wing just for a bit so that she can be based. Let's go. Hell yeah. So we've got Shira spreading her knowledge, her baseness. Let's go. So yeah, Ariel, can't screw that up. She's a good form. It's good form right there. It's actually good form. Yeah, I like it. So yeah, Shira's, once again, I mean, obviously she's the hero. It's her show, but she's earning it, She's earning it right there, okay? She's like, no, let me show you, okay? We're going to make sure, even if she's a one-off character and she's going to be getting into trouble with, like, the magic book or whatever, hey, we're going to make sure at least she's based. This'll get her in good with the Baconeers too, Like Shira's like, look, I know what the Baconeers like. We're going to make sure you're a fan favorite right out of the gate, okay? We're going to make sure they like you, all right? So, because she's like a little annoying at first, one of those female characters that's like, I've got something to prove, But Shira takes care of that. So she'll grow on you, She'll grow on you. She's a based. She's doing a based. All right, let's go. So yeah, we've got an episode of She-Ra starting us off, a couple of shows from the 80s here to start us off. Although we do have, I think, a little bit more in the 90s. In fact, the final show of the lineup is from the early 2000s. So not too much time spent in the 80s this week. Normally that's what reigns supreme in the lineup is 80s shows, but a little bit light on the 80s this week, but that's okay. What it lacks in quantity, it will make up for in quality, as you can see right here. Master Godai, one of the official artists there in the chat, we call him Mr. Two Scoops. He says, prove it in the kitchen. Now Master Godai is doing a based. Now he's doing a based. Prove it in the kitchen. Let's go. All right, so that's how we're starting out there. Oh, perfect timing.
The look on She-Ra's face is that of wait. She knows that the rookie will get wrangled and need rescuing.
Exactly. Yeah, this right here, this look right here, She-Ra knows. She's like, all right, calm down, you little proto-feminist. You're just going to go out and get captured, okay? You're just going to end up getting wrangled. I've seen this story. I know how it ends. Let me show you what you need to do. There you go. Now you're getting it. All right. And thank you, Reverb154, for the base dono. The dono was based. Let's go. Thank you so much. All right. And then after we leave the 80s, because we're not going to spend too much time, just a couple of shows from the 80s. Then we're going to go into the 90s and finish out the morning in the early 2000s. So after we're done with the 80s, then we head over to the early 90s, and we're going to get another episode of Conan the Adventurer. And this is where we get our contender, okay? Jasmine here is going to be our next contender for the throne, for the title, the Wrangle Queen. Is she going to take it from Lady J? I don't know. Especially with how contentious some of the judges are. They're like, that doesn't count as a full wrangle. She was already wrangled and then just relocated. Doesn't count. Disqualified, right? We've seen it in the past with Lady J herself, disqualified. Doesn't count as a full wrangle. We got some harsh judges out there, They take it seriously, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that Lady J still isn't the Wrangle Queen, because even with those contended, well, really, there's just the one contended Wrangle, but even without that, she still holds the record. But Jasmine is, she's going for it though. Okay, she's going for it, and we see a little bit of a Wrangle combo here, sort of like we saw recently, where with Goldie Gold, she got wrangled and then comboed it into a J-Law moment where she unwrangled herself by crashing, basically. She's like, oh, good thing I'm wearing my anti-gravity shoes, and then gets herself unwrangled and immediately starts flying around upside down and sideways and every ways, saying, I don't know how to steer these things. So instant J-Law moment as soon as she gets herself unwrangled. So we got like a Wrangle J-Law combo. Well, this is like a new combo. I don't know if we've seen one like this before. And, you know, it is a bit of an assist because it's not really Jasmine who's doing it. She's just the one getting wrangled. But you guys will see what I'm talking about here in a second. So let's go over some of these. And I want to see what you guys think, because one of them is here, the contentious wrangle. I want to see if you guys count this as, is it two separate or is it just one and a half if you really want to make things difficult? Because you know, whole numbers. All right, can we just stick to whole numbers? All right. But first up, we've talked about this wrangle method before. It's what I consider one of the fancier wrangle methods. When you cast a spella, and when you cast a spella to do your wrangling, it's a high skill wrangle, high on the difficulty rating, but effective. So let's check it out. This is definitely its own separate wrangle. It's the first one. So this one definitely counts, okay? So here we have Jasmine's first wrangle of the episode.
I guess I just dread being thought useless when I get old.
I'm sorry, there was a little bit of a J-Law moment there, like not quite enough to even put the clip of Skeletor in there. Maybe just the, yeah, you know, he didn't need to go full, like, just like a woman, but a little, just a, yeah, because she's like, oh, I don't want to be useless when I get old. Like this, maybe that's a little based, actually. You know, Jasmine realizes, you know what? Maybe I better settle down while I'm still young and beautiful. You know, don't fall into that trap that you see a lot of modern women do, where they think, oh, these are my party years. And then by the time you get over that phase, you're useless. You're old. You're eggless. Nobody wants you. She's old. She's eggless. Yeah. So, you know, you gotta make sure you don't fall into that trap. So Jasmine, maybe she's, maybe it's a little bit of a J-Law moment. I don't know. Maybe she's actually having a moment of clarity. Maybe it's actually a moment of clarity, you know? And she's thinking, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go out partying in my good years. I need to settle down. I need to get Conan to wrangle me now, you know? So maybe she's all right. Maybe she's going to be all right.
Jasmine, look!
Wrangled by the homing tornado. Not only is that a magical spell, the tornado homed in on it. It was chasing her. It was, yeah, typhoon wrangle. Homing typhoon. Just homed right in on her. She couldn't escape. She couldn't run. It was chasing her. Yeah, wind wrangled. There you go. Yeah, so you've got a magical spell here that casts the homing tornado. Just chases right after the waifu, wrangles her up, and brings her right to your doorstep. It's like DoorDash. It's like some weird, you know, Hyperborean magical DoorDash, but for a waifu instead of food. So there you go. So Jasmine getting wrangled. That's your first one. Okay, that's an official. No doubt about it. That is a first official wrangle right there. Now, once brought, and this is why I count these as separate. Okay. This is why I count these as separate, because once she's brought to the castle, technically she's let go in the sense where she's no longer wrangled. Like she's able to walk around, move around, even jump around, as we're about to see. And we get our second wrangle in mid-air. This is why I count this as a second one. Just because he wrangled her up in the tornado and brought her to the castle, it's not done. I mean, Jasmine is top tier. You know, it's not going to be so easy. She was even starting to think like, hey, maybe I need to settle down. I don't want to be all old and useless. So that's a high value waifu right there. Okay, so you can't just have, as fancy as your heat seeking tornado is. Okay, as fancy as it is, it's going to take a little more than that. So yeah, she's still able to, you know, walk around, move around, even jump around. So I count this as a separate wrangle. Let's see what you guys think. Let's see what you guys think. See, look, right there. You can see before I start the clip in this freeze frame, she's free. Okay, she's free. She could technically just run down the stairs or jump out the window or something.
Stop! That is enough for now.
It's like somebody's like an invisible hand is grabbing her by the britches, you know, invisible hand just grabbing her by the britches and holding her right there in midair, a midair wrangle. Okay, that's wrangle number 2. All right, I count that as a separate one. That's wrangle number 2 because she's flipping around, she's jumping around, able to throw her little ninja stars there. 10 big Bison Bucks from Reverb.
The curse of the feminists. She's old. She's eggless. Her body is a wreck from the partying and heavy drinking. And
Holy
worst of all, you need to tie a board to your ass to keep from falling in her due to her being ran through like a train.
Oh my goodness. Holy shit. Reverb just brutal. Just brutal right there, Reverb. Holy shit. But hilarious. Hilarious nonetheless. Thank you for the 10 big Bison Bucks, Reverb. Holy shit. Brutal. Destroying them. Oh, buddy. So yeah, this is wrangle number 2. Because yeah, she's jumping around. She's throwing her ninja stars and then gets the, I guess it's another magical spell. Although not too fancy. We don't really see any visuals like the heat-seeking tornado. But certainly some sort of invisible hand just grabbing her by the belt strap there and holding her right in the air. Right in the air. So that's wrangle number 2. And this is where we get our combo. Okay, this is actually where we get our combo. As she's suspended in air, wrangled mid-air. Okay, the wizard says, well, if that wasn't fancy enough for you, you know, kind of, you know, rose our expectations with the tornado, where I'm like, hey, I'm expecting a show here, you know, like laser light show, like at a Pink Floyd concert. You know what I mean? You sent out this purple whirlwind to wrangle her first, and now you just got her floating in the air. I got to see something more dazzling than that, right? You got to follow it up, okay? Your opening act can't outshine your main act, okay? So the wizard, he realizes this. He realizes this, and he says, all right, well then how about a wrangle to costume change combo? This is something I don't think we've seen before. You know, we've seen like wrangle combos, especially with Lady J. So much of a wrangle combo, in fact, that some judges will contend it doesn't even count as a separate wrangle. It's just a combo, right? We've seen the wrangle combo into another meme, like, you know, wrangled into J-Law, like with Goldie Gold. But this might be a first, where we get a wrangle into an instant costume change via the magic. He can't let the opening act outshine. So he's like, all right, you know, that purple whirlwind, that cake-seeking tornado, that was pretty fancy. That was pretty impressive. So let's make sure we follow it up with something good. Here you go. As she's still suspended in midair.
Turn a certain young warrior into a maiden.
If you think this will stop me.
Now, I didn't do that. I didn't edit that. I didn't put any sounds in. I was going to. You guys know. It's one of the memes on the channel, you know, from Kurt Angle. that like when a moment like this happens, typically I'll edit in a little sound, something like, right? But the voice actor actually beat me to it. Okay. The voice actor beat me to it. And I don't even know if it was intentional because notice the guy's lips don't move. Okay. No, I didn't. I did not add that Keanu Reeves. Whoa, I'm going to play it again. Because notice his lips don't move or anything, but I didn't do that. The voice actor actually beat me to it. Okay. Did the meme before I could decades ago, right after she gets changed. He calls her from a warrior to a maiden. Okay, you know what? I'll just play the whole clip. It's not even that long of a clip. I'll play the whole thing. But yeah, he does the Keanu Reeves. Whoa, that was all him. I didn't add that.
Turn a certain young warrior into a maiden.
A maiden. He knows. See, he knows. You know, just the way he's saying this stuff. A maiden. He knows what's going on here.
If you think this will stop me.
Whoa. She is now a maiden. Whoa. So, yeah, there you go. While still suspended in midair, mid-wrangle, then combos it into an outfit change, costume change, calls her a maiden. And then he's rather pleased with his own work there. Rather impressed by his own work, you know, with the Keanu Reeves, whoa, that I totally did not add. I swear I did. You guys probably are like, no, it's in there. It's in the, you'll hear it tomorrow morning. It's in the episode. I didn't even have to add that. Now, here's where we get into the contentious area. So now that she is a maiden, the wizard is no longer maidenless, okay? He literally has a maiden now. He has turned Jasmine into a maiden. And the first thing he does, and I don't know if you're going to count this as a separate wrangle or not, but not only is she in the maiden outfit, Midriff City, as I saw some people in chat saying, he doesn't put a ring on it. No, he goes a step further beyond. He puts a leash on it. I'm starting to, I'm almost kind of like rooting for the wizard now. Like he's meant to be the villain of the episode. He's like the villain of the week in this episode. I'm almost kind of like rooting for the wizard now. I'm like, like Conan's cool and all, but this guy just wrangled up Jasmine like twice, instantly gave her a maiden outfit and then put a leash on her, collared her. Like, whoa, buddy. Like, it's like, are we supposed to not like this guy? He's the villain, right? Like, what's going on here? I thought he was the bad guy. We're not supposed to like him. What's happening? So, yeah, I don't know if you count that as a separate wrangle because it's like right after, so it's kind of like part of the combo. But there is one more. Where I do count this as a separate wrangle. I think that there's one more. I got one more clip here, and I think this is separate because once again, you see, even if it's for a brief moment, it's really only for a brief moment, but that's sort of how it was, in between the whirlwind and her getting suspended in air like that. She only had a brief moment of freedom, but, enough to count as two separate wrangles, right? So there is a brief moment where the leash comes off, but then she gets re-wrangled. And I count this one as a separate one, okay? I'm going to say it's wrangle number 3.
I feel like this wizard is early Baconeer, developing the first wrangling spells.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely. This is the guy who wrote the book, okay? He wrote the book. Like when you find the book of spells, who do you think wrote it? The Hyperborean Baconeer, okay? That's who he is, the Hyperborean Baconeer. He's the one who wrote the book, okay? Like of the spells, of the procedures, like once it's in there. It's in the ancient script, okay? In the ancient script, it says, once wrangled, you must put a leash on it. Once wrangled, you must leash. Okay, so we got one more here. I'm going to count this one as wrangle number 3. Now, I don't know, we might have some judges disagree, might get disqualified. I don't know, but I'm going to count this as wrangle number 3 because she does have the, albeit brief, a moment of freedom in between. So here we go.
Ribbon, bind hands!
Wrangled again. So the leash is off, but then he's like, well, I'll just command it. Doesn't even, it's like, I guess it's still a magical spell, but at this point, this wizard is so based, he can just command it, He's just like, ribbon, bind the hands. I don't even need to make some like fancy rhyme, leave that for the 80s cartoons, all right? I don't need that here. I just tell this thing what to do. And it gets her wrangled and dangled. That's right. Wrangled and dangled. So Jasmine wrangled once again. I'm counting that as 3 times. Yeah, 3 times a wrangle. Okay. Once, twice, 3 times a wrangle. That's right. She's been wrangled 3 times. Okay. So we're going to count it. All right. We're going to count it. I don't know. You guys might disagree. I'm saying that's 3 times a wrangle. So, and there might be more. There might actually be more depending. We're going to have to really make the final decision tomorrow morning as we're watching the episode, because there might be 1 or 2 more. And if they count as separate ones, then Lady J's record is indeed up for grabs. It could be in jeopardy. She might actually lose her title as the Wrangle Queen to Jasmine here tomorrow morning. I don't know. We're gonna have to watch the full episode. You guys got to tune in. Help me decide. I can't be the only judge here. We need a consensus. Okay, we need a consensus. Everybody, put their thoughts in and say, all right, I'm counting 3 wrangles. Maybe if she hits 4, she ties the record. She tied, and she'll actually have to share the title with Lady J. We'll have 2 Wrangle Queens, okay? But I don't know. We're going to have to find out tomorrow. I will say this, though. I didn't make a clip of it, but I will say, he called her a maiden. He also calls her a wench at one point. So, again, it's like, are we supposed to hate this guy? He's wrangling Jasmine here multiple times. He put a fucking leash on her, and he called her a wench. Is he the bad guy? Hold on a second. Who's the bad guy? I don't know. So yeah, he's a Baconeer, Hyperborean Baconeer. That's who he is. That's his official title now. Okay, I'm writing it in the history books. He is the Hyperborean Baconeer. He's based. That's right. She's a fighting kind of wench. Notice how she does have a little bit of the similar qualities to Charlie Girl. They're both brunette with blue eyes. They're both fighting kind of wenches. They both get wrangled a bunch. I'm starting to wonder, is there a connection? Did Jasmine actually settle down like she was, pondering to herself at the beginning of that first clip? And, maybe her descendant, one of her longtime descendants far into the future, is Charlie Girl. Yeah. Blue-eyed brunettes are underrated, Tim J. They really are. Like, blue-eyed brunettes are peak. Okay. They are underrated. Yeah. Jason Long, that's another good point. They're both kind of tomboys. Yeah. Cause that kind of goes with the whole fighting kind of wench. That's just the joke, since that's what Charlie Girl says in that one episode. She said, I'm a fighting kind of wench. But that basically is like a tomboy. You've got Jasmine, who's traveling around with a barbarian, throwing ninja stars, trying to join in the fight. You got Charlie Girl, who's a mechanic and also tries to tag along and join in the fight, although not successful every time.
Bacon, play the clip again. She moans.
Coleman's like, hold on. Judges need to see the clip one more time. Judges need to see the clip one more time. Okay. It's like the referees, gathered around the screen watching the replay. Haven't made our decision yet. Need to see that clip one more time. Okay. All right.
Ribbon, bind hands!
Wrangled. Once, twice, 3 times wrangled. That's right. There you go. There you go. And thank you, NPC Cobalt, for the ticket to ride on the Booga train there. Appreciate it. Yeah, she's feeling exasperated or something. I don't know. So you guys are crazy. So yeah, we've got Jasmine here, who I believe is the ancestor of Charlie Girl, blue-eyed brunette, fighting kind of winches. All right, my kind of waifus right there. Underrated blue-eyed brunettes. Underrated. So yeah, we've got her as kind of like the feature waifu. Although there are going to be a couple others, and this next one, in fact, this next episode is where we get into the swerve. Okay, the swerve are the waifus. They've been slowly. They still, obviously, as we see right here.
It could be that Jasmine is the ancestor of Charlie. Some of the older Marvel lore has read Sonya as the ancestor of Mary Jane, so this theory holds some water here.
There it is. That's all the proof I need. Okay, that's all the proof I need, Reverb 154. There it is. There it is. That's a smoking gun as far as I'm concerned. That's a smoking gun as far as I'm concerned. That's it. That's official. Yep. I'm convinced. Proven. Oh, the chat is cracking me up right now. They're proven. I'm convinced. You guys are hilarious. Yeah, mic drop. Yep, there it is. That's it. You know, Red Sonja is the ancestor of Mary Jane. Well, that just proves everything. Jasmine is the ancestor of Charlie Girl. It's canon. Canon event. That's it. It's official. It's official. Facts. Okay. That's right. I'm logging it. Okay. I'm logging it in the books. That's how it is. That's how it happened. Thank you, Reaver 154. You guys are cracking me up tonight. You guys are awesome. Yeah, this is the expanded lore.
You're really stacked, aren't you?
Blue-eyed brunettes are okay. You can keep them. It's all about the blue-skinned, yellow-eyed waifu for me.
Oh, would you happen to be talking about Nocturna? Could it be that Kenzo's Creations taking another jab there? Trying to get a preemptive strike before our Zoomerang battle to the death in the Crossfire arena? Could that be Nocturna? I think so. But thank you, Kenzo's Creations, for the super chat. You guys are cracking me up tonight, man. This is why I love the Baconeers. It's always the best way to start the weekend. Every single Friday, I'm laughing until my face hurts. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so this next waifu here in this next episode, this is where we get the swerve. So like I was saying, the waifus are slowly but surely becoming self-aware when it comes to wrangling, obviously, as we see on screen right now. They still get wrangled, but every now and then they figure out ways to counteract it, maybe immediately escape or just block the wrangle attempt altogether. You never know. But, you know, it's a process. They're still learning, so they still get wrangled. Well, I think we might see our first instance here tomorrow morning of a waifu becoming self-aware about the Frostiflakes, and instead of chowing down, she goes so close as to pour the bowl. Okay, she's got the box, she's poured the bowl, the spoon is in there, just hasn't added the milk yet. Almost ready to chow down on a bowl of Frostiflakes, and then says, "No, I'm swerving. And now we're going to do something else." And what it ends up being is diabolical. All right. I don't know if you guys are ready for this, chat. I don't know if you're ready. What ends up happening is diabolical. Okay. But before we get there, let's talk about this next episode. And first, we do have another waifu. She could not go without being mentioned because although she's a side character, she does show up in a couple of episodes. She's not like a one-off, kind of like a recurring character, but only in a few episodes, just a handful, but enough. It's enough for her to get some recognition here because it's kind of like how Ariel, you know, was taking a break from studying with Castaspella to learn from She-Ra how to be based so that she could be an instant favorite. Well, that's kind of what like this waifu is. Like she only made a few appearances, but became an instant favorite. And as soon as I get her picture on screen, you guys will not only recognize her, but go, "Oh yeah, she's a definite favorite. she might be, I don't know, do we get a good look at her eyes? She might be another blue-eyed brunette. Might be, I don't know. But we're talking about Celia. Oh shit, she is. Kind of like bluish green, maybe aquamarine. I don't know. But she is another blue-eyed brunette with a British accent. So we've got Celia from Street Fighter. That's right. She is a recurring character, albeit only in a few episodes, but that's all it took. Just those few appearances, that's all it took. She became an instant fan favorite, especially here on the Orbital station. She's a Baconeer favorite. Oi, love, you got an accent. You got a license for that accent there, love. Oi, you're going to need a license for that accent. Yeah, so we've got a British blue-eyed brunette. That's a lot of B's. We've got a British blue-eyed brunette right here. She is a fan favorite, and for good reason. For good reason. She's kind of like a Cammy clone, but she's got her own style. She's got the fancy gloves there, you know, with the cufflinks and everything. And as you can see, the thigh-high boots making a statement, you know, because Cammy's got like combat boots and like the camo paint on her legs, you know. Not bad, not a bad look. It works for her. But Celia, she takes it a little more high class, you know? She's a little more high class. She also kicks high like this.
Been looking forward to this, boys.
She kicks high.
She kicks high. High class and high kicks. High class and high kicks. That's right. We got another blue-eyed brunette. This time she's British. High class and high kicks. That's right. We got to see that one more time. Indeed. That's, you know what that is? That's a high fucking yeah! That's what that deserves right there.
Been looking forward to this, boys.
She kicks high.
She kicks high. She kicks high. Let's go. So yeah, we've got fan favorite Celia showing up in this episode. Always good to see her. You can even see in the background there of that screenshot that we've got some Street Fighter Alpha characters. We've got Saddam, however you say his name, and Birdie. You saw that in the clip. Birdie was running up, receiving. He was on the receiving end of that high kick, that high class high kick. So yeah, Birdie, is another Street Fighter Alpha. No, not Hussein, not Saddam Hussein. It's just Saddam. Like that's it. It's like maybe there's a last name. I don't know. Stealth check.
The bloodline is strong with Jasmine. It leaves me wondering if Princess Lana has the same lineage, with the temper she shows from time to time.
Stealth check failed once again. I'm actually surprised we made it this far into almost an hour and a half into the stream, and that was our first stealth check. Normally we get a stealth check right out of the gate. I was starting to get worried we wouldn't get one at all tonight, but I'm glad that we did. Thank you, Reverb 154. That's like speaking of all these traditions, you know, talking about Thanksgiving and all that. Tradition is stealth check, guys. Can't drop the ball on that. But thank you. I'm just messing around. But thank you, Reverb 154, for that. And yes, exactly. Jasmine, you can tell. She makes strong babies, strong bloodline. Her and Conan, because Conan is also, he has blue eyes. He has dark hair and blue eyes as well. And so Jasmine and Conan have, they have a lot of descendants. We've got Celia, we've got Charlie Girl, and you're right, Lana, maybe before she was Princess of Videoland, maybe she was actually here, just like how Kevin got pulled into Videoland. Maybe Lana did too, and originally she was here. She was a descendant of Jasmine because she has a spicy temper. We saw that. She was gonna kill Kevin the way she was glaring at him. Like if looks could kill, lasers were about to come out of her eyes. So we know she's got that fiery temper. It's in there. She's tapping into her bloodline, her ancestral memory. Okay. We've seen it happen. Lana taps into that ancestral memory, that bloodline from Jasmine. And she's like, yeah, if I could fire lasers, Kevin would be dead right now. Yeah, you know what? I think you're onto something. We're just gonna make it another canon event. Okay, we're counting it. It's canon event. It happens. All right. So if we've got Celia here, though, if we've got Celia here, then you know we're going to have Cammy. And Cammy is the one. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. This is like the main event right here, guys. This is the main event. Because Cammy is the one who becomes self-aware about the Frosted Flakes, decides to reject them, pull a swerve, and then go like full evil. Like she basically goes like full villain arc. You know what I mean? Like diabolical, you know, because, well, you'll see. I don't want to give everything away. We'll just play the clip. You'll see what happens. But yeah, basically, Cammy was not getting what she wanted, and it's a little bit of a J-Law mixed in there. Actually, when you think about it, you know, women tend to become like supervillains when they don't get what they want. They kind of tend to do that. So a little bit of a J-Law moment. All right, so let's check out the clip and see what happens. Here we have this character arc right now. It's pretty crazy.
I mean, here I am, back home in London. We have a dinner date with my old chums from M15. And on top of that, I get the morning off so I can have a date with my boyfriend.
This is not a date, and I am definitely not your boyfriend.
Well, maybe.
Oh, Guile, buddy. Guile, buddy. No, what are you doing? He's just like, hey, I know we're fighting, like Shadowloo and M. Bison and Akuma, all these other villains are out here, Sagat, Vega. But I feel like that's not enough on my plate. I feel like that, I think I need more trouble. I think I need to, create some more problems here. Oh, buddy, no.
Maybe not yet, you aren't, but you will be. Just give it time. You know you care for me, Colonel.
I mean, she's trying to keep a good attitude. She's basically throwing herself at him. Okay, yeah, a little thirsty. Okay, a little thirsty, basically throwing herself at him. But she's like, oh, come on, you want it. Yeah, come on, Guile. Don't play hard to get, right?
Look, we've been through this before. I like you, Cammy, but I love...
Oh, no. Oh, Guile, buddy, no. That's twice spurned. Twice. The first time she could like just shrug it off. Okay. The first time she's like, whatever. But then a double rejection. Guile, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing?
But I love...
Lucinda. She dumped you once, sir. She'll dump you again. And when she does, I'll be there for you.
Now she's literally throwing herself at him. Whoa, buddy. Okay, Guile, like if you drop the ball again, it's over, buddy. Like you're basically dead. You're basically throwing your life away. She was about to eat the Frosted Flakes, tossed the box away. She was like, oh, Lucinda. She had the box of Frosted Flakes. She was about to chow down, tossed the box away, and then literally threw herself. She was already virtually throwing herself at him. She was like really coming on strong, being kind of thirsty there, right? Now she's literally throwing herself. So Cammy, I'm sorry, Guile, you better not screw this up, buddy. Come on, Guile. Come on. Don't screw it up, buddy. It's right there.
But I love...
Lucinda. She dumped you once, sir. She'll dump you again. And when she does, I'll be there for you. Get over her. She's your past. I'm your future. Mwah. A person can't live in the past, Colonel.
Look at him. He's stunned. Left him speechless. He doesn't even know what just happened there. He's trying to be professional. He's like, look, I love you professionally, okay? He's trying to be professional. But look at him. He's stunned. He's mesmerized. Yeah, Cammy's making the moves, okay? She literally threw herself at him. And he had to secure the cake there to keep her from just splatting on the pavement. All right. Literally threw herself at him, threw the box of Frosted Flakes away, just tossed the whole box away, threw herself at him. He secured the cake, and he's like stun locked. He's stun locked right now. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. Guile, buddy, if you reject her again, and spoiler warning, he does. Spoiler warning, he still does not take her up on these offers here, does not make it official, doesn't put a ring on it, doesn't put a leash on it. He didn't study from the Hyperborean Baconeer the ancient texts about once you wrangle the waifu, you must then put the leash on it. Turn the wench into a maiden and put the leash on it. He did not study the ancient texts from the Hyperborean Baconeer. So he leaves Cammy spurned, rejected 3 times. That's a strikeout. And so Cammy decides, all right, I'm going full supervillain. All right. Here's what you get, Guile. Here's what you get. I'm going full supervillain, villain arc, inbound. You are going to be felted. All right. Leaving Guile felted. Here we go.
Nicely done, love. Here, give us a big kiss.
Felted. It's too late now, Guile. No use crying about it now. He's like, no. Dude, you had your chance. You had your chance. It's over. Felted. Feltality. You're done. No maidens. You're maidenless. You're wenchless. It's over. Felted. Tabled. He fucked up.
Nicely done, love. Here, give us a big kiss.
Holy shit. It's over, buddy. It's over. Yeah, but for Bison, it was just Tuesday. Bison's like, oh, yeah, you notice how he didn't resist. He didn't spurn Cammy. He didn't turn her away and reject her. For Bison, just getting another waifu, some smooching time. Even Link would, oh boy, smooching time. And Bison is like, for me, it was Tuesday. Guile, you fool. You fool. So yeah, Cammy goes diabolical, okay? She goes full-blown, so opposite of the Frosted Flakes. She becomes diabolical, super villain levels, making out with the big bad, okay, of the show. M. Bison's the final boss. And as he already was the final boss, but now she made it extra personal for Guile. He should have secured the cake. It's right there. He got her. He had her. He should have secured the cake. He fumbled it. And now he's felted. Yeah, that's a bit of a J-Law moment though, right? Cammy J-Laws. That's right. She used J-Law to reject the Frosted Flakes and is now like villain status. But Guile fumbled it, man. He fumbled it. He's felted now. He's maidenless. All right, so that's the episode of Street Fighter that we've got. Some great stuff. And then last but certainly not least, the one Thanksgiving episode, as promised, okay, as promised, the one Thanksgiving episode that we'll have tomorrow morning. We've got Megas XLR. You guys might have already known this one was coming. We have watched the entire series on the channel. It's even been backed up over on Bacon Bits. And I've played a ton of these episodes, not quite all of them spread throughout the Saturday morning lineups, but a bunch. And so we had to go with one of the few shows that actually has a Thanksgiving episode, Megas XLR. And if you guys are familiar with the show, like I know many of you are, you already know they know exactly what the Baconeers want to see. Okay, they know exactly. They're like, well, if we're going to do Thanksgiving, we're going to have a pilgrim babe in there. Okay, yeah, pilgrim waifu. That's, bacon ears want that. You got the stacks right there. The waifus go whack for the stack, and they got the stacks right there. You got the pilgrim waifu, looking like, really actually looking a lot like Master Krakken's art, kind of. Little bit. I mean, definitely like the pose and the outfit. Maybe not exactly in the face, but like, a little reminiscent of Master Krakken's art right there. So you got the pilgrim waifu. What else? Oh, well, if Wednesday was any indication, the other thing that the Baconeers want on a Thanksgiving episode is parades. We got to have parades. So why not make a reference to Batman and have Jamie dressed as the Joker? Hubba, hubba, hubba. Who do you trust? It's raining money. And he's got the green skin Harley Quinns. The green skin Quinns. Yeah, I don't know. Jamie's obsessed with green skin girls. So even though Harley technically just has like the white clown makeup, so it's not green skin, but we'll just give her a green suit. Okay, the green suit Harley. Yeah, the green suit girls. There you go. She actually looks pretty good in green. It's not bad. It's not bad. So this episode not only is a Thanksgiving episode, but really the main focus is the parades. Okay, the main focus of this episode is the parades. That's why I said it's so much better that I waited until tomorrow to put this episode in and not try to do a Thanksgiving special last week, because this one hits so much harder after Wednesday. So for those of you that were there, I know the replay still isn't up yet. I already mentioned earlier, I got to do some editing to get the replay back up. But most of you guys were there. We saw a whole lot of parade clips, a lot of floats, the big balloons in the parade getting destroyed. We saw Superman get ripped limb from limb. He lost a leg one year and then an arm the other year. We saw Barney get absolutely gutted, his air guts spilling out onto the streets of New York, and he slowly and solemnly waved goodbye as he died in front of all the children. And then we saw Sonic the Hedgehog get poked in the eye by a street lamp, and it ripped the street lamp. He was in writhing in so much pain that he pulled the street lamp out of the ground and rained metal shards on the crowd below, injuring a man as it fell on his back. He was had to go to the hospital. So yeah. Oh, yeah, we also saw Batman doing something to Catwoman. That was weird. But yeah. And maybe that's why there's a Batman reference right here. Maybe that's a Batman reference right here. But no, look, I'm telling you, it gets even better than that. So we get the pilgrim waifu. All right. So already we're off to a good start. We're like getting the story of Thanksgiving, and this is how they depict it. So, okay, we're off to a good start. This is how they depict the story of Thanksgiving with the pilgrim waifu. Okay, off to a good start. Then we get to the parade. We're getting Batman references. Hubba, hubba, hubba. Who do you trust? With the Jack Nicholson Joker and green suited Harleys. All right. So off to a really good start. But then, as if they were like tapping in to what the Baconeers really want to see based on the clips we watched on Wednesday, we get Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, obviously it's a parody. It's similar but legally distinct. Okay, it's like Hoggy the Sonic Hog or something. I don't really, or like Hedgie the Sonic Hog. We'll call him something a little different. Similar but legally distinct. But he's back. He's back. It's Sanic. Yeah, that's right. Sanic the Hedge Fund. There you go. It's Sanic the Hedge Fund. So we get a similar but legally distinct Sonic float, and he's back because he wants revenge. Okay, this is an actual thing. Is that he wants revenge for what happened to him in that parade. All right, he's never forgotten how that lamppost pierced his eyeball. All right, pierced his eyeball, and then they blamed him. They blamed him for the chaos that resulted. They said, "Oh, that Sonic float, It pulled out the street lamp. It rained the metal shrapnel down on the crowd. It injured a man. It put him in the hospital. Oh, and we're not bringing Sonic back for like 20 years. So Sonic, Hoggy, the Sonic Hedge, is really pissed off. Okay, he's never lived that down. He's mad that he got blamed, and so now it's time. It's time that he gets his revenge. So this float is going to become sentient. It's like the curse of Chucky. Okay, it's like the curse of Chucky, where the doll comes to life and then tries to go on a killing spree, taking revenge on those he feels has wronged him. So Sanic here, Sanic the Hedge Fund, is coming to life. He's getting jacked as fuck, Ninja, and he's gonna wreak havoc. He's gonna take his revenge and ruin the parade. He's like, I'll show you how to ruin a Thanksgiving parade.
Coop, you popped Deputy Duck.
No! Deputy Duck!
Oh, Fancy Ferret. Fabio Brothers.
My parade!
Oh, the humanity. No, the humanity, like all of them. They're all like, that was what, the third time Superman float has been obliterated. He lost a leg, then an arm, and now he's been completely vaporized. Now we see the in this show, the Superman float comes to his ultimate demise. He gets completely vaporized. Deputy Duck, the Fancy Ferret, all these other similar but legally distinct character knockoffs, all getting destroyed as if they knew exactly all the clips that we'd be watching on Wednesday of all these different parade floats and balloons getting wrecked, getting absolutely destroyed. And it's raining vinyl or whatever the fuck they're made out of. It's raining it down upon the city. Yeah, Timu, Donald Duck, Deputy Duck. Yeah, it's brutal, man. It's brutal. So yeah, we're going to have this awesome episode of Megas XLR to close out the morning. Our one Thanksgiving episode, but tailor-made for the Baconeers. So, you know what, like I said before, what we're lacking in quantity when it comes to Thanksgiving episodes certainly makes up for it in quality, because this one is really all we need. It's got it all. It's got the Pilgrim waifu. It's got parades. It's got float destruction, balloon obliteration, all the stuff we love to see on Thanksgiving. It's got it all. Plus a rockin' soundtrack. And, you know, chicks dig giant robots. All right. So it literally has it all. It literally, yeah, perfection. That's right, Retro Ryu. It's perfection. It is tailor-made for the Baconeers. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we've got that coming up. That'll be how we close out the morning tomorrow morning. So really looking forward to that. Hopefully I will see you guys all there at 9 a.m. Eastern. You're not going to want to miss anything, because the first show, like I said, I'm keeping a few surprises. Didn't reveal what it is, but it's crazy. We saw an episode a few weeks ago that was batshit insane. I think we got another one here. I think we got another one for you tomorrow morning. And then we got all sorts of good stuff with the Based Apprentice and She-Ra. We've got Jasmine going for the Wrangle record in Conan. We've got Cammy just being diabolical. Guile is felted. Guile gets felted in Street Fighter. And then, of course, we got an awesome Thanksgiving episode of Megas XLR and a few other surprises in there too. I didn't mention everything. I didn't want to give everything away. So we got a few other surprises in there for you as well. So hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for that. All right. Next up, let's talk about the Anime Grindhouse tomorrow night, midnight Eastern Standard Time over on Bacon Bits. We're starting a new show. We got through Grenadier, the Beautiful Warrior, real fast because there was only 12 episodes. I definitely could have done with a full season, like 26 episodes, maybe even 2 seasons. The show was really, really good. It had like a nice balance of humor and action. Never got too crazy, which sometimes we like that. You know, we like Zook. Wait, hold on. Where's the soundboard? Hold on.
We like Zook, see?
Yeah, we like Zook. See, you know, sometimes it's not bad. But after going through all of Maze in your face, Maze the Megaburst space, after going through all of that, it's almost like I'm okay with something that's not quite as insane. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be quite that zooked out all the time, although that show was fun. But yeah, Grenadier had a nice balance of comedy and action. You know, never went like too insane, and had a great art style and animation. It was just fun, good music. It's just fun all around. So I definitely could have done with more, but unfortunately, those 12 episodes is all we got. So we're going to be starting on a new show tomorrow night. Okay, so we've got a new one kicking off tomorrow night at midnight over on Bacon Bits for the Anime Grindhouse. Some of you might already know because I've mentioned it, a couple of weeks ago. I mentioned that we'd be starting this one soon. So you guys might already know, but just in case you weren't here for that, or maybe you forgot, we are going to be starting on the Master of Mosquiton. Master of Mosquiton. So we've got a European themed vampire anime. You can see Big Ben in the background. They do a little bit of globe trotting. You can see a pyramid back there. But I believe it's meant to be inspired by mostly European stuff, because like all the houses, like where they live, the apartments and the houses and stuff, feels very European. Obviously, there'll be some stuff probably in Japan as well, because it is anime from Japan. But it's pretty cool. A lot of it's got that feel, that vibe of classic European lore. So yeah, we've got Master of Mosquiton starting up the first 6 episodes, and I think we've watched the first episode back around Halloween. I did a Halloween special of Anime Grindhouse, and it was kind of like sampling a bunch of different things, and we watched the first episode, and you guys really seemed to like it. Some of you were a little confused by it. It was, going by kind of fast. It was only the first episode, so if there was anything that wasn't fully established or maybe didn't have the full context for, then it's like, I don't know what the hell is going on. But it seemed interesting, and it is a full series, I believe 25 or 26 episodes long. So, and there's some OVAs and stuff as well, but we're just going to stick to the main series, at least for now. And so we're going to do the first 6 episodes. That should be enough to really test the waters, see if it's a good show, actually get to know who these characters are and what the plot is going to be like. And that way, if we like it, we can continue on. We can go on to, another volume, or we can change it up, whatever. But I've been wanting to check it out. I know a lot of you guys have as well. It definitely looks interesting. Even though we're past Halloween, we're even past the extended spooky season of November. Barely, because tomorrow night will be the 29th or the 30th. I guess at the stroke of midnight, it'll be the 30th. So barely, we're just getting in at the tail end of November, the extended spooky season. So, barely, I'd say it still counts, English vampire anime. We'll allow it. So we've got Master of Mosquiton starting at midnight Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night over on Bacon Bits. So hopefully we'll see you guys there for that. And if you're wondering, this is going to be subtitled. I know typically I try to play the English dubs because, in my opinion anyway, and what a lot of other Baconeers have expressed as well, is that it's a lot easier to watch along with the chat when you don't have to read the subtitles, because you're reading the chat and you're kind of like listening to the dialogue and, watching the action and stuff, and then you can riff on it in the chat. But when you have to read the subtitles, you're not really riffing as much, because if you stop reading and start paying attention to the chat, you're probably going to miss something unless you're fluent in Japanese. You know what I mean? So I don't know if a dub exists. I'm pretty sure one does. Maybe if I can find it, I'll tell you what. If I can find the dub before tomorrow afternoon when I need to render and upload the video, then I'll get the English dub up there. But for the time being, the copy that I have is in Japanese. So, but it's still Zook. It's still jank. It's gonna be good, cheesy fun, just like we like to see. And yeah, I think it'll be a good time. Make 'em say oy vey. What's going on, brother? Hope you had a good Thanksgiving, OB. Thank you, brother. I hope you did as well, man. I hope you did as well. Hopefully you got to spend some time with some family, or at the very least, chow down on a bunch of good food, man. That's part of the Thanksgiving tradition. You got to have leftovers. You got to have some good food, and you got to make too much than any group of people could ever possibly eat in one sitting. So yeah, that's just tradition. You got to make more than anybody can eat. So you got leftovers. So yeah, hopefully you had a good one as well, man. It's good to see you. Hopefully you're having a good night too. All right, so that is the anime grindhouse for tomorrow night. So now you guys know what's up. If you're interested, then tune in at midnight over on Bacon Bits. And, like I said, we'll give it a try. 6 episodes. I'm not going to really mix and match like we normally do with the grindhouse. It'll just be just this one show. That way we can get a good number of episodes under our belts and figure out, do we want to continue this or switch to something else? Now, here's what we got. Here's what we got for tonight's midnight movie. It's back. It's finally back. No more OBTV, at least for the time being. Okay. I do prefer to get the stuff on Bacon Bits if possible, because it's, bigger audience, and that way, we can still riff in the chat and everything, but it's more fun when we have more people. So, I mean, I love the OBTV watch parties, but the ones on Bacon Bits are just that much better because we have more bacon ears over there. So at midnight tonight, about an hour from now, you got a little, just about an hour from now, over on Bacon Bits, we're going to be watching College Kickboxers. This is what I was talking about earlier, where this is about as authentic a kung fu movie as Steven Seagal is a real martial artist, okay? It is janky. Oh, yeah, Drunken Taoist says, it looks janky. It is janky. You are not ready. In fact, this movie poster right here makes it look better than what it is. If you think it looks janky just based on this, oh, prepare yourself, okay? Prepare yourself. It's so cheesy. It's so janky, just the way we like it. It's hilarious. It's meant to be like, as the name implies, kickboxers, like it's a, fighting martial arts style movie, right? But I laughed more than anything else. I wasn't really like, whoa, look at that action. Look at those moves. No, I was basically just laughing most of the time. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So hopefully you guys will be able to tune into this one. It'll be, like I said, on the second channel, Bacon Bits, tonight at midnight Eastern Standard Time. So you got about an hour. We're going to try to wrap up the stream soon here. That way you'll have time if you want to go grab some of those leftovers that I'm pretty sure most of us have, at least here in America. I understand Canadian bacon ears where they had their Thanksgiving in October, and then a lot of other places in the world don't celebrate that because, it's uniquely American. But if you have any sort of good food, you'll have time to get that together. If you got leftovers, you'll be able to grab some of that. And we'll be checking out this gloriously cheesy, and little based at times. I don't want to give too much away, but we were joking about this like a couple of channel surfings ago, where the ninjas, and it was like, man, I thought he was gonna go all the way, right? Well, they do in this movie. They do in this movie. So yeah, a little bit of based, little bit. So yeah, I think you guys will enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely of its time. Maybe that's the best way to describe it. It is very much of its time. Something that they would not make, at least in the way that it was made back then, not make it the same these days. They would change a bunch of the cast, and they would certainly change a bunch of the script. So, but it's great. I think that you guys are going to love it. Some of you I know have already seen it, like Taverns Pull. I think you've already seen it. So hopefully you won't mind watching it again with the bacon ears. But yeah, it's good stuff. Daryl Walick, what's going on? Says the 39 episode TV series that aired in 1999 was never officially dubbed into English and was only released with Japanese audio and English subtitles. And I'm assuming that you're referring to Master of Moskiton, which we're watching on the Anime Grindhouse. Well, then that actually saves me some time. I would have been doing a bunch of searching, Google searching, sailing the high seas, whatever it may be, looking for that tomorrow, and that saves me time. I will just go ahead and use the Japanese audio episodes that I have with the English subtitles, and get the grindhouse ready to go. So thank you. Yeah, Japanese subs it is. That's right, Retro Ryu. Well, Japanese subs it is. All right. But this movie, though, College Kickboxers, this is in English. Okay, this is in English. Although there's one character in here. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is very much a movie of its time. Okay, 1991. Very much a movie of its time. There's one character in here that you might wish had subtitles, even though he's speaking English. You're probably not going to understand half the shit he says, but it's fucking hilarious. Okay, it's. I don't know if I'm going to like get myself in trouble just by doing an impression of the guy. You know what I mean? Like I want to so bad. I'm like, oh man, I want to give you a little sample, but it's like, would I get in trouble just for doing an impression? You know, even if I wasn't like trying to be offensive, would I get, I'm not even trying, you know, but I feel like it still would be considered that, but you're going to wish there were subtitles. Yeah. Tavern's Full says, don't mind whatsoever. In fact, I welcome it wholeheartedly. Glad to hear it. The Shifu? Yeah, that's right. He's the Shotokan guy. All right. As Steven Seagal would say. And look, I'm telling you, I'm not just like for no reason making all these references to Steven Seagal, just trying to say, yeah, he's not authentic. No, like you will see, I think Steven Seagal stole his origin story from this movie. Remember the wagon wheel? Remember how he was working in a restaurant and there was a Shotokan guy who worked in the kitchen and he saw how fast he moved while cleaning the dishes. And he's like, I want to train you. You know, remember that? I think he stole that from this movie. I think Steven Seagal stole his entire origin story from this movie. So yeah, his Shidoshi. That's right, his Shidoshi. He met his Shidoshi in the kitchen of the wagon wheel, and he was moving so fast he impressed him, right? Yeah, he basically saw College Kickboxers, and he knew that nobody else did. Because like aside from the one or two of you that have seen this before, I feel like it's one of two very opposite ends of the spectrum. Either, yeah, you've seen it before, or you've never even heard of it. You don't even know this movie existed until now. I think it's one or the other. So Steven Seagal, especially since like back then, you know, internet either didn't exist or was like in its very early stages. And he's like, yeah, nobody's going to know about this movie. Nobody's seen College Kickboxers. I was like the only guy in the theater. And I'm going to make that my origin story. His Shidoshi will now be my Shidoshi. Oh, man. I wonder if Steven Seagal's Shidoshi was as difficult to understand as the guy in this movie. I don't know. We'll find out. No subtitles, though, guys. Like I said, he's technically speaking English. And, you know, as much as you might wish for subtitles, they're not available. Maybe YouTube will auto-generate captions and it'll make it even funnier if we turn the captions on for when his Shidoshi is talking. That might make it even better. I don't know. But this is what we got for our Friday night movie tonight at midnight. It's going to be awesome regardless. Hopefully I will see you guys there for that. We got about an hour. So let's go ahead and get to our final segment of the stream so we can wrap everything up and you guys can get food or whatever you need to do in between this and the movie. So it's time. Oh shit, I almost forgot. Channel surfing. Well, this basically just gives it away. This lets you know. I already said it though anyway. I mentioned it on Wednesday. And if you were here for October, any of October's channel surfing, then you probably already had an idea of what we're going to do all month long in December. That's right. Every single channel surfing in the month of December will just be Christmas themed. And we're not really going to get into specifics because I had a lot of fun in October with the just broad Halloween themed weeks where instead of trying to focus like we did on the year previous, we try to focus on like, okay, this time it's just Halloween commercials and this time it's just Halloween movies or whatever. And this year I threw all that out and I was like, no, it's just Halloween, whatever you got. As long as it's Halloween, bring it on, right? And they were so much more fun, at least in my opinion. I don't know. It seemed like you guys had more fun too. I certainly did. So I'm going to do the same thing with Christmas. So instead of like how last year it was like, oh, let's do Christmas commercials or Christmas movies or whatever. No. We're just going to do whatever you got. Anything Christmas, commercials, TV shows, specials, commercials, whatever you got. Whatever you got. So bring it on. And we're just going to have fun celebrating Christmas all month long. And what we'll probably will do, the one thing that I will repeat from last year is that on the last channel surfing of December, which actually, if memory serves me correctly, this year falls on Christmas Eve. Okay, so if memory serves me, I got to check the calendar, but I'm pretty sure that channel surfing actually falls on Christmas Eve. And so we, on that day, or night, I should say, on that night, we will watch once again all together. I'm going to make it a tradition, just like watching the Elvira Halloween special is now a Halloween tradition here on the Orbital station. So we are going to make it a tradition that on the last channel surfing before Christmas, every year we're going to watch the animated Christmas Carol movie with Tim Curry. All right. Tim Curry, I believe, is the voice of Scrooge in that one. It actually has a better cast than it deserves to, than it has any right to, because the animation is pretty jank. It was like a direct-to-TV movie, pretty low budget, almost looks like one of those Disney knockoff studios that would have made it, like Good Times. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. No, it's not as bad as like Dingo Pictures. It's not that level. But, like Good Times Entertainment, where they just like shamelessly knock off Disney movies with a fraction of the budget and frame rate for that matter in the animation. It's kind of like that. But it has like this amazing voice cast, though. It's crazy. The voice cast is in there, including Tim Curry. So we're going to watch that again on Christmas Eve for those that are able to attend. I totally understand if you guys are already going to be with family. It's Christmas Eve. Like, I'm kind of surprised I'm even doing something. I'm not taking the night off, but I'm kind of known. I'm kind of known as Mr. No Days Off. I never take days off, even for like holidays and times when most other people are taking off. So I might take Christmas Day itself off, but I mean, that's a Thursday. I don't stream on YouTube on that day anyway. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm Mr. No Days Off though. I always try to put in the work for you guys because you guys deserve it. Fucking bacon ears, man. You guys are the best, okay? You deserve it. So that's what we're doing for channel surfing all month long in December. This coming Wednesday will be like December 2nd or 3rd. All I know is we'll already be in the month of December by the time the next channel surfing rolls around this coming Wednesday. And so going ahead and let you know now, that's what we're doing all month long. Christmas all month long. Okay, I'm dreaming one of my favorite songs of a white Christmas. That's right, I am dreaming of a white Christmas. So let's fucking go. All right, guys, let's get into everybody's favorite segment of the week. It's time to wrangle some waifus. Make sure those wrangling devices are tuned up in tip-top condition. Whether you're going old school with the lasso, maybe you've got some sort of sci-fi wrist-mounted grappling hook, or high tech, like a net launching tank. Or if you took any inspiration from the Hyperborean Baconeer himself, that wizard with the wrangling spell, those heat-seeking, cake-seeking tornadoes, the mid-air costume change, he was going all out. Whatever you got, make sure it's ready to go because it's time to wrangle some waifus. Now, I don't even know if it's plural, though, to be honest. Let me refresh and get the meter ready. We might only have one waifu to wrangle tonight, but that's okay. I understand that a lot of people are still with family, still possibly out of town. I don't even know if we hit 100 viewers tonight. It's the smallest crowd we've had in a long time at a Sterner Stuff, but that's okay. I appreciate those of you that are here. Be sure to like up the stream for me if you've enjoyed the madness so far tonight. And let's check on the meter and see what we've got. Let's see what we've got here. Here it goes. I think we got at least one. We do. We got one waifu, and we are halfway there, living on a prayer to get waifu number 2. But that's okay. We got at least one. So let's see the one waifu that we get to wrangle. Man, people are going to be fighting over her tonight, man. Yeah. Wow, I know Tavern's full. That's what I'm kind of like. Wow, shit. But it's the holidays though. It's the holidays. That's what I'm not gonna like. So, if it were just a regular, I might be a little depressed. Yeah, that doesn't happen often. But I totally understand. I totally understand. So let's go ahead and see the one waifu that we got. It is in fact a very topical waifu because we've got a clearly Thanksgiving inspired pilgrim style waifu right now. But not only that, she had a pretty big feature in tonight's stream when we were going over the lineup. That should really narrow it down to like 2 characters. Who do you think? Who do you think it is, chat? There are really only 2 waifu. I mean, we talked about a few, but there were 2 main ones. Whoa, buddy!
Got to have at least 3 folks. Come on, stack that meter.
Stock it up. Thank you so much, Ron McChaos. Zooking out like Conan with that big dono right there. Holy shit. Thank you, man. Making a run for Stream Boss, too. I was thinking Wiss would, like, had it in the bag, but now it's pretty close. Might even have a Stream Boss battle on our hands. Whoa, buddy. Whoa, buddy. All right. So thank you. Thank you, Ron McChaos. Well, that does fill up the rest of that meter. So we've got 2. We've got 2. That's good. That's good. 2 is better than 1, right? Not bad. Whoa!
Melekali Makala.
That's not how you say that. Oh, man. Kitty always has to zook out and mispronounce things. But whoa, buddy. Wiss with another big dono, zooking out like Conan and re-securing Stream Boss. Wow. You know, just as I put it out there and said, hey, might have a Stream Boss battle. You never know. Then Wiss says, I don't think so. I'm going to raise the health bar up to a mighty 106 hit points on the health bar. Let's go for 110. But no, thank you, Wiss. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Massive support tonight. That gets another halfway there, living on a prayer, meter full. Let's see if we can get waifu number 3. But hey, this first one, at the very least, we've got a Thanksgiving waifu. In fact, I think the first 2 or 3 are Thanksgiving, you know? We try to get some goodies in there. Holy shit! Whoa!
Just a thank you for all the streaming you do and
Oh, I was hoping that would go robot again. But thank you, Wolvie. Holy shit, another massive dono. Everybody zooking out like Conan. We're feeling the zook. The Hyperborean Baconeers. They're waking up. The ancestral memories are coming back. They're tapping into their bloodlines. And they're zooking out like Conan. Let's go. Thank you so much, Wolvie, for that big dono right there, as well as the E, elongated E. Even made Kitty Robot for a second there. I was hoping he'd go crazy a little bit more. You know, I saw you tried to like change it up with the lowercase, uppercase, trying to get him to zook out. Kitty must be having too much turkey from yesterday or something. He's still all sleepy. He's still lethargic. I don't know, man, but thank you so much, Wolvie. I really appreciate that, man. I'm glad that you enjoy all the streaming, man. I'm glad you enjoy that. Did anybody guess the waifu, though? Like I said, we had a couple of main featured waifus tonight, a couple of side ones, but we had 2 that were, you know, I'm trying to narrow it down for you. There you go. Gojira put it out there. I see you, buddy. He says it's Jasmine. That's right. Appropriately, with all these Conan super chats coming in here, everybody's zooking out, tapping into their Hyperborean Baconeer bloodlines. All right. That's right. We've got Jasmine as a pilgrim. And is she going to eat Needle? Like, whoa, buddy. Is Needle the turkey? I mean, would we really be upset if he was? Would anybody actually be mad if he was? In fact, I think that's sort of like what we'd want to happen, right? I'm pretty sure that's what we're like, you know, cook Needle, cook him up, okay? Cook him up, baste that turkey, okay? Baste that turkey, serve him up. We are fucking tired of Needle. Yeah, shut him up once and for all. Look at chat. Chat is like, yes, eat him, shut him up, eat him. So I think so. I think so. He looks, look at him. He looks kind of nervous. He looks kind of nervous. I think she's trying to like either like wrap him up or maybe like stuff him into a turkey or a ham or something. I'm pretty sure Needle's days are numbered here. This is your last Thanksgiving, Needle. You've annoyed us for the last time. You have annoyed us for the last time. So let's go. So we've got Jasmine, a very much top waifu. You know, she's got ancestors or descendants rather. She is the ancestor. She's got descendants, the blue-eyed brunette, fighting kind of wenches like Charlie Girl and Princess Lana, and possibly even Celia too. You know what? We're going to make that canon too. Celia's in there too. She fits all those descriptions as well. So yeah, we've got a strong bloodline here from Jasmine. So of course she had to be one of the original pilgrims, or at least one of her descendants. And she's gonna do what we always hoped would happen at some point in the show and never did. Is they're gonna fucking roast Needle. They're gonna shut him up for good. They're gonna roast Needle, sauce him up. That's right. Holy shit, man. Oh, you guys crack me up. All right, so that's waifu number 1. Checking back on the meter, we actually filled up that third one. So we got 3. We got 3 waifus. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. All right, so waifu number 2. Waifu number 2. Now, this one is kind of like bridging the gap. You know, it's going from Halloween into Thanksgiving. She's got a little bit of both going on right here. And this is a waifu that you might be able to guess based on the silhouette if you notice that little floofy ponytail on top. The giveaway is what direction that ponytail is going. See, I see people saying Lana, but you got to remember, Lana's little top floofy ponytail flips forward. The other waifu with the top floofy ponytail that tips like to the side or to the back, that's, there you guys go. There you guys go. They're already saying it. That's Tara. That's right. That's our tomato waifu, Tara. But since it's the tail end of our extended spooky season, as well as Thanksgiving, Tara is trying her best to be festive. So instead of tomato waifu, she is pumpkin waifu. So now she is pumpkin waifu. And you know, pumpkins are also, you see those pictured with the cornucopia. We talked about that on Wednesday, those little wicker horns with all the vegetables spilling out of them, right? And pumpkin's a gourd. But still, you see those like squash, same thing. You see those pictured in the cornucopia as well, with all the fruits and veggies and gourds and whatever else. And so we've got our normally she would be a tomato waifu. Now she is pumpkin waifu, dressed up here for the tail end of spooky season, although not so much spooky as much as it is for Thanksgiving as well. That's right, Attack of the Killer Pumpkins. The sequel we never got, but we should have. The dino bone, well, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that's a reference to something. I wish I had an answer for you. Okay, I'm gonna have to ask Master Krakken what is with the giant dino bone. I'm sure it's a reference to something. I just have no idea. So we'll just maybe she was making brontosaurus burgers, you know, like a little Flintstones reference, maybe. I don't know. Some brontosaurus burgers, grilling them up for Thanksgiving feast. Giant turkey leg. Yeah, maybe it's a giant turkey leg. That could be it. Could be a giant. Yeah, maybe it's not a dino bone at all. It's just a giant turkey leg, giant wishbone, something like that. We can make up our own lore for this one, okay? We can make up our own lore for this one. But yeah, we got Tara, our tomato waifu, going as a pumpkin waifu here for this one. And then last but certainly not least, I know you guys will love this one. Since you loved the first one with Jasmine so much, I know you'll love this one, because what is the only thing that could be better than cooking up Needle? Okay, what is the only thing that could be better than cooking up Needle? If we get him out of there, you know, he's now an entree, okay? He's now part of the main course. Needle is now an entree. That's great. The only thing that could make it better is to replace him with a waifu. So we got Needle getting stuffed into the KFC bucket. I fucking love this one. This one cracks me up so much. Master Krakken outdid himself here. Okay, I told you guys, like every week they just get better and better. Like the artists have been knocking it out of the park, getting better and better. So Master Krakken killed it this week, man. This one cracks me up. I'm so glad that we got this one unlocked. I'm so glad we got this one unlocked. It cracks me up. So you got Needle getting stuffed into the KFC bucket, you know, and he knows, look at it, the look on his face. He knows it's his final destination, right? It's his final destination. And the only thing that could make it any better is now we are replacing Needle with a waifu. So now we have a Phoenix waifu replacing Needle. So no more annoying bird. Yeah, Kentucky Fried Phoenix. That's right, KFP. KFP, Kentucky Fried Phoenix. It actually says that on the bucket. It's been cropped out. You can't see it, but it actually says KFP on the bucket. I shit you not. You know what? Here, let me get the full one on I'll open it in the browser. You guys got to see it because I don't know if you just happen to say that and guess it, but Krakken put that on the side of the bucket. It actually does say KFP. It's fucking hilarious. I'm gonna get it up on the screen for you. Since we've already done the reveal, why not? Why not? And it even has the logo too. Look at that. Oh wait, I gotta. There you go. KFP, Kentucky Fried Phoenix, and I love how instead of the Colonel, it's the new Phoenix waifu that's now replacing Needle in the cast. He's been replaced. Yeah, isn't that awesome? So yeah, I'm telling you, man, Krakken went all out. He went all out on this one. That's why I'm like so glad that we at least got to this waifu, you know, so glad. It's hilarious. Phoenix looking good. That's right. I don't know, like as annoying as Needle is, like he probably is a tasty entree, you know, like chicken is good. Turkey is good. I would imagine that Phoenix is delicious, you know, I would imagine that Phoenix is delicious. You know, with how good chicken is. I like chicken better than turkey myself, but I mean, they're both good. But, you know, duck is good. Like every bird I've ever eaten is good. It's fucking good. So I would imagine that Phoenix is delicious. So yeah, there you go. That's the full image there from Krakken. And then, you know, you've got like the zoomed in one here so you can see sort of some of the detail in her hair. She's got the tail feathers as like earrings, or maybe those are pieces of her hair. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's clearly a new Phoenix waifu to replace the annoying Needle. None of us like him. I don't think anybody. I think I saw like Daryl say hashtag save Needle. So there might be one. There might be one Needle fan. Yeah, Phoenix down earrings. Exactly, Phoenix down earrings. There might be one Needle fan in chat. You know, we won't hold that against you, but I think even Daryl would agree that this is a worthy replacement. So let's go. Thank you guys so much. If you are inclined to fill that meter one more time, here is a silhouette of the waifu. I think you recognize that hair. You might be able to guess who this one is. Not so much of a Thanksgiving theme anymore. We got those out of the way. There might be a leftover one for next week. But we also are getting into the fall fashion before winter. Before we get full-blown winter here, we are going to enjoy some of the fall fashion. You know what I'm talking about, the tiny overalls. So you could probably guess who this waifu is based on the hair. And I'm just letting you know, fall fashion overalls are what you got. But if we don't unlock her tonight, we will save her for next week. Yeah, so you guys are already guessing. Voodoo. The power of voodoo. Who do? You do. That's the power of the babe. All right. So that's who we got next up. But we can save her for next week. There might be one or two other Thanksgiving waifus that will end up being leftovers that we'll get next week as well. But for the most part, we're going to go into some of the fall fashion. We're going to go back to focusing on waifus that have recently been featured in Saturday morning lineups. And move away from all the costume waifus. Oh shit, I say that and then I realize there were a couple of Halloween leftovers in this lineup too that we're gonna have to save for next week. So more spooky month, more spooky month. But until then, Thank you guys. Let's review real quick. You've got the new and improved Needle, okay? New and improved Phoenix. We're getting rid of Needle. We're stuffing them in the KFC or KFP for Kentucky Fried Phoenix. Stuffing them in the bucket. Get them out of here. We got a new and improved replacement for you to take the main spot in the cast. We got Tara. Typically, our tomato waifu is now a pumpkin waifu, which works for both Halloween and Thanksgiving. And last but certainly not least, one of our new favorites. I mean, she's always been a favorite, but she's really rising in ranks lately. I don't know. Every time we see another episode of Conan, I just like her more and more. Those blue-eyed brunettes, as mentioned earlier, I think Jason Long was who said it. They are underrated. And she's also kind of starting the whole we're going to cook up Needle meme right there, the way she's holding him. And I think she's like stuffing him into a ham or something. I don't know. But she kind of started this whole thing. So it's fucking hilarious. So we've got Jasmine, who could be a contender to the Wrangle Queen. At the very least, she might be co-holding the title with Lady J. We're going to find out tomorrow morning. So we've got Jasmine as a pilgrim here. All three of these, courtesy of Master Krakken. Thank you guys so much. All of those that donated. I really appreciate you guys. Big shout out to Whis, our stream boss, with 106 hit points on the health bar. You got to message me. I think that you're able to do that via Discord. If not, you can leave a comment on the replay of this stream, or you could email me at orbitalbaconofficial@gmail.com and get your waifu of choice into me, so that way I can get the artist working on a pinup and it'll be revealed on a future Sterner Stuff. Thank you so much again, Whis, and everybody that donated, as well as everybody watching, each and every single one of you, because your time is valuable and I appreciate you spending it here with the Baconeers, the best community on YouTube. Hopefully you all had a great Thanksgiving. Have a great rest of your weekend, just in case I don't see you. But hopefully I'll be seeing you in a little over 30 minutes over on Bacon Bits for the midnight movie. It's going to be good, janky fun. And tomorrow morning for Saturday morning cartoons. All right. But again, in case I don't, y'all have a great weekend. You all have been awesome. I want you to stay awesome. Stay based. God bless you all. Now let me leave you with a moment of Zook. Hell yeah. Ik bin Shira. Frosta looked amazing too, like spot on. Normally, we're not the biggest fans of the AI stuff, but I'd say that was a pretty good use of it because those all looked spot on for live action adaptations. Ik bin Shira. Let's fucking go. All right, guys, that's the show tonight. Until next time, remember.
Until all is one.
Yes, until all is one.
Thank you for visiting me. It's been real.
Tomorrow.
Hi, fucking yeah!
Goodbye, nega ninjas. Oh, wait, I almost rickrolled you again. My bad. Goodbye, nega ninjas.
Simply awesome. She dashed by me in painted on jeans, and all heads turned 'cause she was the queen. she steps in the room. And I get so excited just from her perfume. Electric eyes that you can't ignore. And passion burns